you go when we look ahead to the NFC rushing leaders. Just want your insight on Matt Forte and the dilemma that he's going through now. The Bears didn't give him a contract. Now he's hurt. Everybody's wondering what the motivation would be for him to come back. What would your advice be to him?
Well, I'm glad you guys asked because I just talked to him right before the Monday night game, and I told him I was going to try to do my best Matt Forte impression. And he does do a great job up there. And we know now that without him and Jay, that an offense isn't anything. I think he's done it the right way, though, in this game. Matt knows that, he has to take care of his body, and that's what he'll be doing here in the next couple of weeks, trying to get back. He wants to get back. He wants to play. Obviously, the contract situation isn't working out in his favor, but the kind of guy that he is, he wants to play out there and be out there for his teammates, not just about the money. And I think that shows a tremendous amount of his character. Because I know a couple guys, Marcellus, who probably would shut it down because he wasn't getting his way. So
shut it completely down. Business decision.
So he's going about it the right way, and I hope they do right by him because he is that team and that city loves him. I mean, even when I said my couple things about the city and about certain people, he was the one that kind of told them to calm down a little bit, and they did. So he does a good job up there, and I hope he gets paid because he deserves it. He is one of the top backs in this league, and he definitely deserves it.
Well, since you spoke to him, just a real quick follow-up, which is, I've heard the discussion on our network and all over the country about whether Matt Forte should even try coming back without a contract. What do you believe he will do in terms of addressing that with the injury and the contract situation and a team in the playoff hunt?
I really don't know. I know that he loves the game, and he loves the Bears, and he loves his teammates. So I'm assuming that, obviously he's going to desire a contract here in the near couple months in the off season. But if that doesn't happen, whatever they do, I mean, he's going to try to give it his best, and hopefully somebody will pay him, or they'll trade him and give him to somebody that will want him, that wants a lead running back.
Great insight, Maurice. And Cutler's tough, right?
Oh, he's tough.
Hey,
I can't say anything. When a guy that throws a pick and then goes and makes the tackle and breaks his thumb in the process, then stays back in the game, that's what, he's a tough guy. So,
all right.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for sharing your number for the name of our show, and good luck against Tampa Bay this week.
And Marcellus, cut that check for me, man. I need those royalties. I got 3 kids and 3 dogs over here.
Oh, Mojo, I think you got me right now. You make a little more than your boy now.
Bye, MJD.
All right, see you guys later.
That's more proof you don't have to be an Ivy Leaguer to be smart.
He learned, definitely.
He's the best. All right, let's tackle the NFC rushing leaders. Potential for Pro Bowl voting here. Just a couple weeks to vote. Disappointing season in Philly, but hasn't shot LeSean McCoy, who is second in the NFL in rushing and trails only Cam Newton in rushing touchdowns this season. Here's Matt Forte, might be sidelined for a few more weeks, but he leads the NFL in yards from scrimmage and is 3 yards shy of a third 1,000-yard season. And DeMarco Murray was the 6th running back selected in the 2011 draft, but he leads all rookies in rushing and is tied for second in the NFL with 5.5 yards per carry. And you can make the case for several other running backs in the NFC. Adrian Peterson was having another great season before an ankle injury sidelined him for 2 games. And Marshawn Lynch has been a beast, rushing for almost 600 yards and 5 touchdowns in Seattle's last 5 games. Mort, you've got a ballot.
I went online today to vote, and this was one of the toughest ones. These NFC running backs. But listen, LeSean McCoy, it was an obvious one.
Oh, yeah.
Frank Gore was an obvious one for me. And yes, I voted for Matt Forte because I'm voting today. That's all I can worry about. I can't worry about going forward, and he could come back. Now, my first alternate, I went with Darren Sproles. I couldn't find him on the ballot because Pierre Thomas was listed for the Saints.
Right.
But he's got over 1,000 yards rushing and receiving. And all these other guys, Michael Turner, all the Marshawn Lynch, they're all worthy of consideration, but those are my guys.
Oh, wow. It looks like some blasphemy there in the sense of you deleted or didn't even include Adrian Peterson.
Well,
Here's the issue.
It's tough.
But the transition at quarterback
Who do you
right
take
there.
off out of that group?
I would take off Sproles just because of
Sproles was an alternate.
Oh, okay. Well, that was.
So I got McCoy, Gore, and Forte.
Right. I would still put Adrian Peterson as my first alternate. That's the only one. I don't know if you could put him in the top 3, but his name needed to be right there. Because you look, you talking about stacking 8, 9 in the box. When you're playing against him, basically, he has to fight that type of pressure every single week.
That guy is an absolute, he's unbelievable. There are so many good NFC running backs. I will say this, going back to Matt Forte, though, and I don't know how you would lead that guy off. I mean, he's 60% of their offense or whatever it is. But one thing about him, he's a football player.
Yeah.
And you know what football players do?
They play football.
They play football, right? And as soon as he's healthy enough to get on the field, even if he's got a little limp, that guy's going to play regardless of the contract. That's why I respect him so much, and that's why most guys who have played this game, like Mojo, will look at him and just give him nothing but mad respect because he's a football player.
Yeah, you talk about a guy. He's not looking at the context of the situation. Complete opposite maybe of a Deshaun Jackson who was trying to read his situation and then it's affecting his game. This guy's been oblivious to his contract situation. When you look at his production and week in, week out, he's been out there for the team. He'll return.
And he's trying the plasmic-rich therapy, plasma injections. He's doing everything he can to get back.
Yeah.
He's played hurt before, which is what's been so frustrating for
The
him
same
about
injury.
not getting the
The
contract.
contract.
Yeah.
Thursday on NFL 32, we'll discuss the most deserving Pro Bowl players among wide receivers, from Calvin Johnson to Greg Jennings to Wes Welker. That's coming your way Thursday at 6 Eastern on ESPN2.